Good evening, Internet. It is I, the Real Shroom. Tonight, I'm going to head into the Explorer format on MTG Arena. We're going to get aggro and beat our opponents down with some Rakdos pings and swings. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look. So we are a Rakdos burn deck, and our plan to reduce our opponent's life total to 0 really has two prongs to it. Number one, we have a bunch of effects that just ping our opponent when they enter the battlefield. Cards like Kumano faces Kakkazan, you know this card, it's an amazing card for aggressive red decks. It flips over into a 2/2 hasty threat after pinging our opponent and possibly putting a counter on one of our other creatures. It's fantastic. Also, we are running Okiba Reckoner Raid, which might actually just be the best card in our deck. Chapters 1 and 2 of this saga, 1 mana saga, drain our opponent for 1, and then in chapter 3 it flips into a 2/2 menace creature, so it's an evasive threat after pinging our opponent twice, which is just perfectly what this deck wants to do. Also, we are running Roiling Vortex, this 2 mana enchantment that just pings everybody for 1 each turn, and for 1 red mana we can make it so that our opponents can't gain life, which is, we'll get into, that's another important part of our plan, but this card is great. We're also playing a 4 of Voldaren Epicure that just pings when it enters the battlefield. The blood tokens that it creates are like the only form of card selection that we have in the deck, so those are kind of important too. So that is part 1 of the plan, just a bunch of stuff that enters the battlefield and pings you. Oh, one other thing I should mention, there are actually 8 lands in our mana base that do this as well. We're playing a full set of the Jagged Barrens Desert from OTJ, that is a dual land interest hat, but pings our opponent for 1/1 ETBs. We're also playing 4 Sunscorched Deserts as untapped mana sources that ping when they ETB. So we're all about the pinging. And the other thing that we're going to do to make sure our opponent goes from 20 to 0 life is ensure they cannot gain life. We're doing that with the aforementioned Roiling Vortex, which for 1 red mana we can make it so they can't gain life. We're also running a playset of Knight of Dust Shadows, which is a 2/2 menace for 2. You know, you don't see this card in constructed play, really, but it's an evasive body that makes it so that our opponents can't gain life. And if we happen to get through an attack where our opponent is tapped out, we know they don't have an answer to it, we can always just pump 2 mana into it to get it +1/+1 till the end of the turn for that. We're not going to do that very often. Really, this is just a facilitator for our shutting down life gain and an evasive threat, which is exactly what we want. So, our opponent has 20 life. That's all that they have to work with for the entire game. And pretty much everything that we do is going to ping them for 1 at the moment that we cast it. To go with our Voldaren Epicures and our Knights, we are playing Not Dead After All. You know, the scam spell that saves a creature from dying. And when the creature dies, it returns to the battlefield tapped with a Wicked Roll token. So it gives +1/+1, and when that thing with the Wicked Roll token goes to a graveyard, it also pings our opponent for 1, which is fantastic. This feeds right into our plan. By the way, if you use this on the sagas, like a flipped Okiba Reckoner Raid or a flipped Kumano faces Kakkazan, it actually flips it back to the enchantment side on chapter 1. So it redoes the ping, both of the pings from the Reckoner Raid and the Kumano. It redoes the first ping there. So that's exactly the way that we want this to work. And that is, in fact, how it works. And then we are Rakdos. So, of course, we have the other threats that we're running. Let's go over those. Now, these, I think, are kind of like flex slots. You can kind of run what you want. I'm running 2 Gifted Aetherborn, just because I think gaining a little bit of life will be important for this deck, because we are a Roiling Vortex deck. That Roiling Vortex is going to be hitting us as well. So a little bit of life gain is great. It's also a very good, you know, blocker, of course. It can kill anything that it blocks. It has Death Touch. Gain us a little life. Just a good 2-drop. A 2 of Slick Shot. Show off, because we are an aggro deck. It's possible this slot should just be 4 of these guys. There's a lot of different possibilities for this slot of 2-drops. I'll go more over this in the final thoughts, I think. But for tonight, I'm running 2 Slick Shot Show-Offs and 2 Gifted Aetherborns in this slot. And then we're Rakdos, so we got a bunch of interaction and, of course, a bunch of burn to help facilitate our plan. We got 3 Fatal Pushes. We've got 1 Go for the Throat for those harder to kill creatures. We got a full playset of Lightning Strikes, and we've got a couple of Skullcracks for 3 damage that can go to face or to a Planeswalker, and again, shuts down life gain until the end of the turn. Also prevents damage from being... stops damage from being prevented this turn. I don't think that's actually relevant in Pioneer/Explorer, but it does do that. So that's the plan. You get 20 life. It's getting pinged away constantly by our whole plan. We're burning you and attacking you with evasive, cheap threats while keeping the path clear and keeping ourselves safe with all of our removal. The sideboard contains a bunch of discard against control and combo, a couple duresses, a couple thought seizes. Thought seizes, I think, could also be good against like the interminable annoyance deck, where you do want to get rid of like omnaths and stuff. So you want the ability to make them discard creatures. For graveyard hate, we've got a couple of cling to dust. Really, our plan with graveyard decks is to just kill them before they get online. Of course, it's hard to do that with the Phoenix deck, but we do have a couple of obliterating bolts as well, which can exile those Phoenixes. It's also good against mono green to exile, like old growth trolls, so that they don't come back. A couple of extra go for the throats are good against decks that run like Shieldred, other big mid-rangey type decks. We can just kill those creatures that are too big for Fatal Push. And a couple of Pithing Needles. I like this good versatile sideboard card. It's good against a lot of different artifact decks and even control decks, naming those Planeswalkers. We've got a third Skullcrack in the sideboard for those decks that are really trying to gain life. Decks like the Angel, the Selesnya Angel deck that some people play. That's very good. We're very good against that deck because we can just completely shut down their life gain. Skullcrack helps us to really do that. And finally, a couple of Ob Nixilis, the Adversary. This is a good Planeswalker against control decks. It's good for, if we can get the preview to pop up, there we go. It's good for grinding matchups of all kinds, but particularly against control, it can be a piece that they don't see coming, that they don't necessarily have interaction for, and can just grind them out, can make them discard cards, make them lose life, create 1/1 Devil tokens that ping when they die. So this is a good plan B for our deck. So that is the deck in the nutshell. We're aggro, burn, no life for you, some life for us, ping your face repeatedly, get you down to 0 life. And in testing, it's been very fun, and I have beaten Phoenix and Rakdos vampires in testing. We'll see if I can continue that tonight on the ladder and explore. So I hope you enjoy this stream of Explore Pings and Swings, Rakdos Burn. If you do and you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Magic Nerd 44 is our opponent. Will be on the play. And yeah, this hand looks fine. We've got a Reckoner Raid, we've got a 2-drop, we've got 2 scam spells. We've got 1 ping in our mana base. Total of 21 lands, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Our opponent might be some kind of a red deck. Swifty. Another Reckoner Raid. I really don't want to shock to play my Etherborn, so I think I'll just play Reckoner Raid, play my tap land, then pass. Monstrous Rage. Alright, so they're just... they might be the wizard version that uses, Wizard Lightning? So, I think I'm just playing Etherborn. Unfortunately, we can't not dead after all, because we don't have black mana available. Okay, they are Wizard's Lightning. Okay, the Skewer. Well, we're gonna block the 4/5, I think. Or we could block the 2/2. I think we'll kill the 2/2. It's their only wizard. Oh, another Reckoner Raid. Okay. Well, we're just gonna keep pinging. While the pinging's good. Alright, we'll not dead after all. Our raid, our road captain. It does flip into enchantment, so they get in a hit with their Swift Spear right now. But we got drains coming. Alright, opponent is empty-handed. We're drawing bricks. Who's this target? Which one is this targeting? That one. Alright, we're gonna not dead after all. Drain you. We'll block. Drain you. Alright, there's another Etherborn. Fun scoops. Alright, that's just too much drain for them. Okay. So, I think we want... What do we want here? Just go for the throats? We can take out the Skullcracks because they can't hit creatures. Should probably be good. Well, we again have double Reckoner Raid. We are stuck on one land, but we can draw lands, right? Let's keep. Opponent mulls. Play with fire for a scry. Land, please. Okay. There's the slick shot. Which is very scary. Wouldn't mind a removal spell for it. Which I didn't find. So I think I'll go Reckoner Raid from the Epicure. Might have to actually burn this blood to try to find a removal spell. This thing's gonna get ridiculously huge. Wizard's Lightning for the Epicure, okay. Yeah, it's kind of silly how big this creature gets. Another Reckoner Raid. I think we'll go for Show Off. Plus Reckoner Raid. Hit you. Rampaging Ferocidon. We just can't find a removal spell. Alright, let's attack. Do I attack with this show off? I can actually hold the show off back to block their show off. Play an Epicure. Take a damage. Play this thing. They scoop. Alright. We out aggroed the aggro deck. Not bad. Sylphiaru is our opponent. Again, a one-lander, but again, we're on the draw. I think we'll keep. Alright, sucks to miss land there. We'll go for Reckoner Raid. So this is mono green. So I haven't played against this matchup. I have to think it's a really bad matchup. But their start isn't great. Alright, let's get the Vortex going on. They plot their Outcast Trailblazer. Alright, let's play another Vortex. Ah, that does 10 damage to them because they're casting it without spending mana. Oh, that's so brutal. Wow, they're just dead. They're actually just dead. Are they just dead? No, that's fine. You can have a big dumb beater. Okay, no plotting for you. So against mono green, we want obliterating bolts and go for the throat. We don't need Skullcrack again because they don't gain life. Cut a knight. Cut a couple of knights because they don't gain life. So this is a one-lander, but the land that we have doesn't cast our spells. That's a mulligan. Alright, this is a lot better. I think I'll bottom a slick shot. Alright, start off with a ping. The Stone Brain. Interesting. Play this slick shot. What are they gonna name with that Stone Brain? Roiling Vortex? They basically spent 2 turns to do this. Go ahead and bolt your face. And also Reckoner Rage you. Get our slick shot nice and huge. Oddity. Not dead after all. Interesting draw. They scoop. We're gonna kill their Oddity. Make this guy a 3. More drain out of the way. Wow. Crushing. Alright, we have a match against Juliope. And this hand looks great. Easy keep. Mana Confluence. So they're like a Bring to Light deck of some kind. Prosperous Innkeeper. Okay, so they're Amalia combo. So we need our life shutdown tech. So I think I will Gifted Etherborn. Walker. Alright, I need life shutdown tech. I need a knight. Or else I could just die next turn, or pretty close. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. Well, I mean, we're gonna play our cards. Go for the slick shot. Go for a Kumano. Attack. They don't have it. Oh, Roiling Vortex. What a draw. What a draw. Alright, let's ping you with our lands. Play Roiling Vortex. Pump up our slick shot. We'll stop on their upkeep and shut down their life game. Do I send the rat? Yeah. I can kill the Prosperous Innkeeper. Should maybe have waited. They just let it go. They get lost the slick shot. Okay. I'm not gonna cast my scam spell because I need to shut down their life feed. So they're taking a bunch of damage. You can't gain life this turn. Skyclave Apparition. Gonna exile the Roiling Vortex. Okay, and I think they're just dead here. Because I got 2 pings in hand. Let's see how they block. Actually have 3. If they try to block this captain, I can scam it. Perfect. We'll kill the Prosperous Innkeeper. I actually don't even need to scam it. Yeah, that's fine. They take 2. I have 2 pings in hand. I guess if they cast a removal spell now, I'll respond by scamming the road captain. I take 2. Ping ya. Alright, so I think we want Skullcrack number 3. I think we want Obliterating Bolts, because they do play, like, Extraction Specialists. Cut a Bolt. Couple of bolts, since we're bringing in all the other burn and removal. And 1... not dead after all? Alright, we've got a Knight, we've got a Roiling Vortex. This thing looks great. We get to ping him with our manabase. They shock. Gonna take another damage off your mana confluence. I don't like these lands. I mean, the land looks really cool, but it's kind of... I don't like how it's... lands where it's not clear what colors it taps for. There's Amalia. Alright, let's go for the knight. Prosperous innkeeper. Makes a treasure. They have to take damage to do that, though. Alright, let's go for Okiba. Do I want to hold my knight back to block? I don't think so. I'll attack. They take it. And let's go for a Roiling Vortex. Skullcrack. Gonna hit what? My knight or the Roiling Vortex? Hits Roiling Vortex, they still can't gain life. Alright. There's a fatal push. Gonna attack. Another Roiling Vortex. Take 5. More fatal push. Alright, let's attack with our knight. Pump it once. And Skullcrack you. On their upkeep, we'll Skullcrack them. In response to that, we'll Skullcrack them. Alright. Kaboom. Amalia combo, not a problem. Oh yeah, I had fun. Ace Martinez is our opponent. With Yorion. Well, that means they're slow, so that's good. We'll keep this. We don't have double black for Gifted Etherborn, but I do want to lead on Kumano. Alright, Kumano. Tap land. I think I'll play this knight, so it's a counter. It's destroyed. Alright, let's attack. I think we'll Epicure plus Kumano. Probably use our blood token. Creature of the Schism. Yeah, let's use our blood. Not dead after all. Sure, let's attack. They're fearing Fatal Push. Let's play our Harvester. Comes in as a 3/4. Gonna Thoughtseize. Alright, I'll just go ahead and scam my Aetherborn. Vanishing Verse. Alright, let's attack. Play our Reckoner Raid. Shieldred. Alright, we need to find our life shutdowns, and quickly. Uh-oh. That's bad news. Yep, Shieldred's a problem when we don't have our, shutdown tech. Yep, now I don't think we can win. Slick shot. Sure, we'll play our slick shot. Attack with it. The Wandering Emperor.
You started this,
Alright.
but I'm going to. I am almost sad.
Well, that shouldn't happen, really. But it did happen. So let's... Do we want Pithy Needles? I don't think so. Let's get Skullcrack for sure. Go for the throats. Maybe Thoughtseizes? Well, they have some exile-based removal, so we'll cut one or two of these. Cut a Slick Shot. And we'll keep Slick Shot. Bolt doesn't kill Preacher or Shieldred. Cut one Epicure. Alright. We got knights, that's good. Let's just start on a Reckoner raid. I'm gonna go for a knight. Deep Cavern Bat. What did they take? Thoughtseize? Alright, let's attack. Ping you with the desert. Play another knight. Got 3 creatures with menace. Hit me for 1, they can't gain life. Temporary lockdown is like the best card against us. Okay. Yep, that is actually the best card against us. I thought about maybe putting in like Feed the Swarm in our sideboard or something just for that card. They have another one too. Well, I mean, this is our way to answer temporary lockdown. However, Preacher of the Schism we don't have an answer to, and that'll win the game by itself. So I think we're taking Preacher. Shieldred. And we kind of whiff. I don't know. What is it about Yorion decks where they draw like their 40 card libraries? They drew 2 temporary lockdowns. Seven, 8. And I think we're dead here. We don't have like any sweepers or anything. Alright. GG's. Small Grassman is our opponent. Will be on the play. That's a 0-lander, so we have to mull that. That's another 0-lander. Alright, we're starting on 5. We'll bottom Skullcrack. And not dead after all, I guess. Kumano, so it's a aggressive red deck. Who knows? Maybe we can eke it out. Eke it out. Burning Tree Emissary is a 3/3. Felden. I think we'll just hold up this lightning strike. NX. Alright, let's kill the Burning Tree Emissary. I don't think we'll block this. Another lightning strike. Let's get the Roiling Vortex going. They stomp my creature. Fanatical Firebrand. Double Fanatical Firebrand? Alright. Okay, they went too wide. That's a... Decks that go wide are hard for us to deal with as well. So, we don't need Skullcrack. I was thinking about adding, like, maybe a Meat Hook Massacre for, like, X equals 1 or, like, Witch's Vengeance. I don't know. I think we want Obliterating Bolts to deal with NX. Maybe Obnixilis? Let's actually cut a couple of Roiling Vortex. Because they're a little aggro. It could be an Embercleave deck. Okay, we'll keep... We were on a Multi-5 game 1 also. Looks like opponent's mulling to 5 here. That's good for us. No play. We draw Gifted Aetherborn. We're a ways off from casting that. Let's get the Vortex going. Carry Zev. Alright, I'm gonna kill the Carry Zev. Let's get our black mana started. Felden. Fatal Push. That's pretty good. It's a good answer for Felden. Alright, Fatal push your Felden. Burning tree into an axe. That's unfortunate. That's a good draw. Yeah, let's go for Ob.
Families call me their adversary.
Plus,
By coin or carnage, tribute is owed.
we discard Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, and let's make a devil. Oh, I should have done the other way around. I made a mistake. Oops. This is the first time I've ever actually played this card. Just attacking me. So, it looks like Embercleave here. So I'm probably dead. But just pretend they don't have it. Of course they do. Yes, I remember how stupid this card is. Alright. Well, what can you do about that? Embercleave is a ridiculously busted card. Alrether is our opponent for match number 6. And this looks good. We'll keep. So it looks like Rakdos. We'll just play our tap land. Dust Legion Zealot. Oh, they're doing our work for us. So let's go double Epicure. Well, they don't have the Vein Ripper. That's good news, I guess. Let's attack. Alright, we will scam our Epicure. Back bigger and better. Pings again. And we'll Kumano. Alright. They're holding up a Mutavault activation. We just can't buy land. Alright, we'll play our Knigget. Comes in as a 3/3. Running scoops. Alright, so they're Sorin shenanigans. I think we want Go for the Throat. We want Skullcrack. We don't need Pithy Needles. We can actually beat the Vein Ripper. I think we'll cut a Lightning Strike. A couple Lightning Strikes. And one Voldaren. Yeah, this hand looks great. Except we don't have removal, but we've got lots of pings. Pings galore. Alright, let's go with Okiba. There's a Harvester. Alright, I'm gonna go Slick Shot. Gets Fatal Pushed. We draw Fatal Push. Alright, I think I'll go Epicure. Hold up Fatal Push. Alright, let's kill that. Missing land kind of sucks. Well, let's go for the Vortex. We got a good life advantage. Alright, we draw land, that's good. Let's go for Kumano. And let's play a knight. Let's find one less blocker for our menace creature. Looks like they have a removal spell. Bitter Triumph. Well, that's costly. Weevil. Another Kumano. I think we'll just bolt the. We'll just play another Kumano. And I think bolt the Shaman. Or do we play our Knight? What's the worst that could happen? Let's play our Knight as a 3/3. shielded. Yeah, that's totally fine. Cannot gain life. Let's see. 4, 5. I could bolt the knight. Hit him for 5. I could bolt the shaman, that is. Hit him with my knight for 5. They go down to 2. They could potentially fatal push the knight in their upkeep to gain 2 life. Or I could just hit them for 3 with the knight. I'd hit them for 4 if I use my mana. Yeah, I think I want to hit them for 3. I probably should have saved the land to blood. Attack you for 3. Do I make it 4? No, let's just do 3. Oh, I didn't even need to do that because of the knight. I'm dumb. I didn't need to spend mana to shut down their life gain. They scoop. Alright, we beat Rakdos vampires. Easy peasy. Lucier Naga 91 is our opponent. And land heavy draw, but we do get blood and we have good cards, so I'll keep this. Sunken Citadel on green. Okay, so it's mono green. Let's get the vortex started. Yep, there's the Rakdos. Play our Knigget. There's a troll. Alright, let's use our blood. Pitch this mountain, I guess. We're not dead after all. That's cool. Ooh. Okiba. Beef him up a little bit. Alright, here's where they get to go off like crazy.
Truly spectacular. I love to make a splash.
Storm the festival. They get a Cavalier of Thorns. They pass. I think we will also pass. So they can recast their storm.
The ocean surges, life thrives.
$22 green mana, yeah, seems fair. Cavalier. Plus recast storm. Or is this the one? This is the one from their graveyard. Gargaroth. Troll. Can I just draw another burn spell?
I defy gods, defying you. Let's get moving.
Tribute to the World Tree. ×2. Okay, so they just give their whole team haste and whatever. Okay. So we want go for the throat, obliterating bolts, pithing needle. We don't really need Skullcrack. To something like this. Okay, interesting hands. I think we'll keep. They start with double ley line. Okay. Well, they have a hand of 5 cards on the plus side. Alright, so we'll go Reckon a Raid plus Epicure. Your poison kills our Reckoner Raid. No Nykthos yet. Let's go Vortex. Tribute to the World Tree. Go for another Vortex. There's a troll. Draw a card. Mystic. Well, kill your stuff. Cavalier. Cavalier. Put Storm on top of their library. Wolf Willow Haven. Storming. Can I draw a lightning strike? Obstinate Baloth. Are they taking a bunch of damage off of the, No, that's only when they cast spells. Hey, it's Lightning Strike. Alright, we got him. Maybe I do want just some more burn spells. Just cut out the scamming. Pithing Needle. Why do we have that? Oh, for like Ulvenwald Oddity? Is that even worth it? Well, we got it, so keep. They start with the ley line. I want to start the damage. They are Knigget. There's a troll. Take it. Let's go for Vortex. Kiora. Should have played the needle on my last turn. Should have played the needle. Well, we'll see if we lose because of that.
Nature flows with vigor.
Yeah, we probably lose. Had the needle in my hand, could have named Kiora. I guess I was thinking that I needed to keep Fatal Push up for some reason. I think we can probably scoot, right? Good enough for me. Boo! Should have played the needle. Well, we took one game. Supper. We'll be on the play. And this hand looks cool. Ooh, they have the Shore Shark. Or the Shark. The Counterspell Shark, I think. I love that card. The Not Shark Typhoon Shark. Okay, so it's Phoenix. Another one of the most fun decks to play against. Oh, I should have played Blackcleave Cliffs. That was dumb. There's our Epicure. Now it's going to come into play tapped. Very bad play. Deduce. Oh, that could be like Indomitable Creativity or something. Fable. Looks like Indomitable Creativity. Alright, let's push the Shaman. Get in. So it's Indomitable Creativity. Another push. Get in there. Play Aetherborn. Big score. And now we lose. GG. So let's go for Thoughtseize, Duress. I think that's really all that we have that's good against them. Our black removal spells are good. Maybe Obnixilis. It's just so slow though. They're like, all they need to do is resolve the one card and they win. Skullcrack. Yeah, I don't think I want Obnix. The Fatal Push and the Go for the Throat are good against their junk that they use for their combo. Voldarens are probably the worst card in our deck, so cut those. Okay. We've got discard. That's good. I guess we can keep this. Dress you. Take Fable. This will go for Reckoner Raid. Play our Sunscorched Desert. Fable. And maybe should have duressed last turn. I don't know. Okay, they're not bargaining, so I'll go ahead and scam. Did they bargain it? Huh? What is that? Okay. Well, we gotta kill this. Yep, that was a mistake. Ah, and I don't have money. I don't have mana to pay for the counter now. Okay, totally blew that one. Well, let's duress. Take big score. Kill the shaman. They have a Mirix, so they can start making tokens. Oh, there's a knight. Well, now we're just gonna lose to Fable. Just land. These are artifacts too. Yeah, Mirix is such a good land. Just more land. Weeble. Draw more land. Okay. Well, that one was not meant to be, that's for sure. So our final record with Rakdos Pings and Swings Burn was a 4-4. We started off very strong, and in fact, we had some very good wins. We beat some really meta decks. We beat Mono Green Devotion once. We beat Rakdos Vampires. We beat Mono Red. So some really good wins in there, and this deck definitely has the ability to compete with the top dogs. We didn't get to see a match against Phoenix. Well, get to is, you know, in air quotes there. But I did play it off, you know, off stream when I was testing, and I beat it a couple of times. So it can beat that deck as well. When it gets a good aggressive draw, puts people on the back foot. It's actually a pretty strong deck, and it's very fun too, and like it's very unusual. People don't see it coming, and I love some of the interactions, like, you know, not dead after rolling the Okiba Reckoner raid like we saw against Mono Red, to continue recycling those pings. That was so sweet. I also like, you know, Kumano adding counters to like our Knight and our Gifted Etherborn and stuff. That's cool. I'm just a big fan of Roiling Vortex as a card as well. I just really like this card. I find it fun to try to build decks that break the symmetry of this card so that it's like not a deadly disadvantage to us as it is to our opponents. So yeah, it's cool. So how to better build this deck? So these 4 slots, I am not sure about. 2 get to Deethborn, 2 Slick Shot Show Off. It's definitely possible that this should just be 4 Slick Shot Show Off. Probably really the best fit for this slot would be Blood Tithe Harvester, because it does give you the blood. We do make bloods from our Epicures as well, so there is that synergy there. And we really have no like card filtering or selection in this deck other than the blood tokens, so Blood Tithe just kind of seems like a no-brainer. That's probably the best. Although I kind of just hate that card, so I don't want to play that. Another thing about this deck is you could play more pingers. Like, you could play Cauldron Familiar. You could try to work in a couple slots for Witch's Oven and replace these 4 slots with Cauldron Familiars. So that you have, that's another set of creatures that ping when they ETB. They actually drain when they ETB, which is even better, because that keeps you out of range of Roiling Vortex. So these 4 slots are definitely up for grabs. I would say either Blood Tithe Harvester or Cauldron Familiar would be a good fit for them. If you do put in Cauldron Familiars, I would try to fit in Witch's Cauldron. Now, the mana base, of course, is silly, but I really like the idea of trying to ping as much as possible with the mana base. In fact, I kind of want to push it even further, because like there's these deserts in OTJ for every color combination. So you could add an additional 8 more of these lands. You could add another desert that taps for red, another desert that taps for black. So they would be, you know, 1 color tap lands effectively that ping when they ETB, and you'd have 16 lands that ping when they ETB. Which, it would be fun. I think if you did that and you made the change from these 4 2-drops to Cauldron Familiars, you'd have the ultimate pinging deck. Like, literally every play that you make just about would be something that causes a ping. And that would be cool. I might have to try that out and play this next time I run back this deck on the channel. As far as the sideboard goes, I think it would be worth it to include some form of sweeper. Like, I could see... Like, in that last matchup, for instance, we got killed by a bunch of Might tokens. There's another matchup against Mono Red where our opponent had a bunch of, like, 1 toughness creatures on the battlefield. I could see, like, a Witch's Vengeance or 2 in the sideboard, or possibly, you know, like, a Meat Hook Massacre where X equals 1 could be decent for the sideboard. Just something to help us out a little bit against the go-wide matchups, because those are really bad. Against Mono Green Devotion, I don't know what more you can do. We got the Obliterating Bolts. Like, if they get their Nut Draw, that's going to be a hard match to beat. But 2 out of the 3 most tier-played decks in the format, that being Izzet Phoenix and Rakdos Vampires, we can beat with this deck, for sure. Mono Green Devotion is harder. It's, you know, less than a 50% matchup, I'm sure, but maybe is doable. We did take a game against the second version. We actually beat the first one. So that I like, that this deck can beat the tier decks. It can also fall flat on its face and do not very much because it lacks card selection. So I don't know what you do about that. It's probably fine the way it is. You know, you got your Epicures to make it blood tokens. It's about all the card selection you're going to get. You don't want to play, like, Temples or Surveil lands. You've already got enough tap lands with all the pinging lands, so I don't think you can really afford to alter the mana base to make it too much slower, unless you go the pinging route that I talked about earlier. So yeah, I would, you know, decide what's the best for these 4 slots. I would possibly add more ping lands to the mana base. I would probably add a couple more sweepers to the sideboard. A couple of sweepers to the sideboard. Like 2 of either Witch's Vengeance or possibly Meat Hook Massacre. But other than that, I think the deck is sweet. It's really fun to play. You know, the matches are quick. We played 8 matches in like an hour and 45 minutes, so that's cool. And people just don't see it coming, you know? And it works. Like, if you restrict your opponent to only having 20 life, and everything that you do takes at least 1 of that away, you know, like even your land drops, you're going to win some games that way, as we saw. And it's really fun and janky and cool. So that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Hope to see you in the next MTG video, pingers. Catch you on the flip side.